Um, a friend of mine, Rabbi Ferris, is still there. You must know, great guy. He's been on campus for who knows how long. And so I was by him with my wife for Shabbos, for the Sabbath. And we were walking home from Chabad house to his house. And there's some students walking along, and a young woman. We're talking as we're walking, talking while we're walking. And I say something, I mention the word God. I forget, whatever I said, I mentioned. She stopped me dead on, right there. Don't you dare say that word. There is no God. Okay, now I knew I came to Berkeley.
Some things haven't changed.
And so I caught myself kind of, and I said, I said, let me ask you, do you believe there's a force in the world? Do you believe there's an energy in the world? Yeah, sure. An energy and a force? For sure. I said, good. Let's not use the word God. The force, the energy. Oh yes, Rabbi, continue. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Whatever works. In my books, God, a force, the energy, it's all the same. Okay? So, God Almighty, the force, the energy of the universe is an active ingredient, or the main ingredient of our lives. We're not here just by chance. This is a very important point. There isn't any individual on earth who is indispensable. If God wouldn't need him, her, I, they, may, whatever the pronoun is, they wouldn't be here. Why are you here? Why are we here? We're here for a purpose. We're here for a mission. We're here to bring the force, energy, and God into the universe, into the world. Which, by the way, is part of the Rosh Hashanah theme. People make a mistake, and they think that Rosh Hashanah is only for the Jews. What did God do 6 days before Rosh Hashanah? He created the world.
Heaven and the earth.
What?
Heaven and the earth.
Exactly. On the 6th day of creation, he created man. We celebrate that day as Rosh Hashanah, right? What are we celebrating? We're celebrating the creation of man as a human being, which means all men, all women, all human beings. So Rosh Hashanah is for everyone. Of course, a non-Jewish person doesn't have to go to a synagogue and pray and, no obligation, but the recognition that God is the creator and that God made a world, and the purpose of the world is to acknowledge God and to live with God. That's a universal thing. It has nothing to do with Judaism and Jews. And I think it's very important to emphasize this with ourselves and others, because we will come in contact with all kinds of people, right? Many of them not Jewish, or not Jewish yet. Regardless, God created the world. Did he have to create the world? Tell me, can you explain to me logically why God had to create the world? I can't. There is no logical explanation. At the end of the day, the question is why. For example, in the mystical writings it says, God created the world so that people should appreciate him and study about him. Okay, and why is that important? Because it says so in a book? So whatever reason one gives for the creation of the world, you can always ask at the end of the day, why? Why? And what's the answer? Listen to this amazing answer. God had a spiritual lust, an infatuation. Okay, we think of lust and infatuation in the sense of the word, where someone just gets carried away, whether it be for another individual, for something in their life, and they have to have it, and they won't stop till they get it, right? God had this lust, spiritual lust, to create. So he decided. Why is it okay for a human being to have a lust and a infatuation, and it isn't acceptable for God to have one? Again, you can't. We're not talking about a negative lust, or even though the word implies a negative issue, but the word has a meaning, a desire with beyond control, illogical, irrational type of desire, right? I recall when I was a Chabad rabbi in Marin County, California, north of San Francisco. We lived in an area that was called Lucas Valley. George Lucas had his light and industrial place up the road where he made Star Wars. I was right up the road from us. But that's not why it was called Lucas Valley. It was called Lucas Valley because it was called Lucas Valley. Happens to be George Lucas found himself a large property there, and he bought the property, right? So we were in a 538 planned community. Across the street there were these houses on mountains. To go up, you had to go up the steep mountain. It was like scary. And one day, a Jewish fellow comes to see me. And he says to me, Rabbi, I have a problem. I say to myself, why else would you be coming to me? On the Sabbath, we don't see you. At a class, we don't see you. But now, if you're coming, I know you got a problem. Okay. That's our job. Rabbi Krieger and his wife and all the rabbis, they don't make that account, tit for tat. They're there for you. Really, they really are there for you. And that's the beauty of a Chabad rabbi and Rebbitzin. They're just there for you. So anyway, the guy comes to me and he says, Rabbi, I have a problem. What's the problem? My wife ran away from me. A young wife with 1 or 2 children. He's a doctor. He makes a lot of money. He's giving her everything. And all of a sudden, she's not here. Where'd she go? She went away with another man because she had an infatuation.
Oh, no.
Got a problem. He was so broken. My heart went out to him. He was like so devastated. Yeah. I didn't want to say this, but usually I hear it from the women, not the men. Where men are, cheating and doing that. But here I heard it from the man, the doctor. So disturbed, so broken. My point is, the infatuation is here as long as the world was created, okay? Let's not kid ourselves. So if we humans have these feelings, God surely has these feelings. So God had an infatuation. I want to create a world. I want to have all of us at this table Wednesday night, the 25th of September, 2024, at a Farbrengen. I get pleasure out of it, God says. You get pleasure out of us sitting here and just talking and singing and eating and having a good time? Yeah. That makes me very happy. I'm turned on. Wow. Rosh Hashanah is the day when God says, I get pleasure from you guys recognizing that I am the king, I am God, and that we coronate God as the master of the world, of all the worlds, of all celestial beings, of everything that God makes. You notice I say not God made, but makes. He's making it right now. Yotzer HaMa'orot in the prayer book. The creator who forms the luminaries, the lights. God is not a pastime. Yes, I'm sorry.
There you go. Where do you think willpower fits into it?
You mean our willpower? God says, I'm giving you willpower, a choice. This isn't an automatic that just because God gets pleasure, we automatically follow like puppets. We have free willpower, real willpower, and real free choice. And God will never strip a human being's free will, free choice. Because, if he does that, then we're like the angels or the souls. And God didn't make a world for angels and souls. People go around with a lapel, the angel, my angel. We're greater than angels. We don't need angels. Yeah, once in a while they're good, for a high. But we're greater than angels. Just doing what we do every day. What's your first name?
Moshe.
Moshe said he's so busy. And I was thinking about, you're so busy. You have to finish a project. And he comes to a Farbrengen? Mm-hmm. Wow. That's greater than an angel, because the angels aren't busy. The angels have all the time in the world to hang out, to chill out, and big deal. By us, it counts. It counts. So we need to make it count. So let's say l'chaim, 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 to life, to a godly life, to be godly, and to say to ourselves, we love you, God, we want you, God, and we want to be more godly. L'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim.
To create as God creates.
Mm-hmm. Another niggin now. Okay? Is there any song that you guys know, that we can sing together? Something.
Yeah, he knows all of them.
I know, but
These all have words.
I know, but okay. What do you suggest? Avinu Malkeinu?
Whatever nigga inspires you.
Avinu Malkeinu. Okay, this is the theme song of Rosh Hashanah. Avinu Malkeinu again. Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu Chaneinu Vaneinu Ki Ein Banu Maasim Asei Manu Tzedakah V'chesed Asei Manu Tzedakah V'chesed V'hoshienu again Asei Manu Tzedakah V'chesed Asei Manu Tzedakah V'chesed V'hoshienu. Let's harmonize. Good. Da 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 La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yeah. Avinu Malkeinu. Easy words. Avinu Malkeinu. Our Father, our King. Avinu Malkeinu Chaneinu Vaneinu Ki Emanu Azi Aseimanu Tzedakah Aseimanu Tzedakah v'chesed v'hoshienu Aseimanu Tzedakah v'chesed Aseimanu Tzedakah